everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks Parlays, and it's time for another NBA free pick. This one's going down on Wednesday, April the 13th. We got the Hawks taking on the Hornets, playing themselves on in. Before we get started, I've got to remind you about Caesar Sportsbook, one of the official sponsors of Picks and Parlays. They've got that same promo up to $1,100 in first bet insurance for all new accounts. You can use the promo code MORNINGCZR or just check out the description of this video and click on the link. With me today, I've got expert handicapper Ross Benjamin here to give us the free play. What's going on, Ross?
It's all good, Ellie. My favorite female sports betting host.
Well, thanks and stuff. That's a lot coming from you. That's a lot.
Hey,
So
I
talk
mean
to
it.
me. So talk to me a little. We're going to Hornets at the Hawks. Hawks are -4.5. The total's 236.5. What are we looking at in this one, Ross?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the total. I'll get to how unusually high this total is, considering it's a postseason game. The Charlotte Hornets and the Atlanta Hawks, the last two times they met, the average total was 237.5. Right now, as Ellie alluded to, it's 236.5. And those two meetings both went under the total with only a combined 213 points scored per game. As a matter of fact, Charlotte has played 16 division games this year and gone under the total in 11 of those 16. The Hornets have also 27-13 to the under when facing a team with a winning record this season. And those games averaged 223 points per game. And again, the Hornets mostly have been in the high 220s into the 230s and sometimes the low 240s. So that 223 might seem high as an average score, but not when you're talking about a team that has an average total somewhere around 230 overall. You want to know how odd this is, Ellie? There's been 2,376 NBA playoff games played since 1991. And only 30 of those 2,376 games has had a total of 230 or more. That's 1.26% of the time. So that's how odd this is and how rare that this is. On top of that, since 1991, anytime you have an away underdog of 8.5 or less, which right now currently I believe Charlotte's a 4.5 point underdog in this game, and the total is 230 or more. There's been 7 situations where that's occurred since 1991. All 7 of them have gone under the total. Let me repeat that again. Since the 1991 playoffs, anytime you have an away underdog of 8.5 or less, and they have a total of 230 to 239.5, those games have gone 7-0 to the under. So I'm going to go under here. It's a high total. I get why. Both of these teams like to play fast pace. Both shoot the three extremely well. But playoff time, it always seems like the screws get tightened a little bit defensively, and especially in game one of a series. I'm going to go under the total of 236.5, Ellie.
All right. Well, those it's hard to argue with that kind of stuff right there, Ross. It's hard to argue. One thing I can allude to also is that just the psychology of the sports betting public, because these are playing games and they are young, fast teams. But, Vegas knows that we like overs, man. And when we think of two teams coming at each other for, a spot in the playoffs, we think they're going to come hard and they are going to be scoring points. But we got to remember the old adage that defense is what wins championships. And the books know we like to bet them over. And the stats don't lie. Well, I guess tomorrow we'll find out if they do, won't we? When this game is over, we're sure going to find out. But, when you've got trends like that and numbers lining up like that, it just makes sense. So we're rolling with it. I'm taking it under the 236.5 when the Hawks take on the Hornets. Now, Ross, if people want to get in on your best bets, NBA playoffs are coming right up. We've got NHL playoffs around the corner. And, of course, baseball season. What do you got going on over at Picks and Parlays?
Well, baseball the last 2 days. Thank you, Ellie. Baseball the last 2 days, I've gone 6-1. And again, since the start of last season, I've gone 44-23 with my Major League Baseball 10-star top plays, which are the equivalent of my best bets. And that's good for 66%, and that includes 2-0 this season. So you want to keep an eye out. Major League Baseball right now going very well, and again, those 10-star top plays cashing at an outrageous rate. And my NBA playoffs starting up will be coming up for everybody, actually. And my NBA money line plays have been just absolutely on fire this year. 12-0 for the year, 19-1 since last year. That's all documented, folks, and verified. So if you need me to show you proof of that, I certainly can. I could send you to a couple sites, but I very picky in terms of what I use for NBA money line picks, because I never give out an NBA money line pick of -135 or more. It's always a smaller favorite, reasonably sized favorite, or an underdog. And
That's a beautiful thing.
yeah, they can't argue with that record. So, folks, I don't know what you're waiting for. When you see one of those go up, Major League Baseball 10-star top plays, Major League Baseball in general, and my NBA money line plays, you need to jump aboard, and you need to bet with confidence. Spend a little to make a lot.
Yep. Spend a little to make a lot. It's it's kind of how we try to do it here in the real world of sports betting. You guys can find Ross Benjamin's premium plays, his 10-star top plays over at the website picksandparlays.net. When you're there, use the promo code MLB. That's going to save you 20% off all of his packages, subscriptions, single bets, 3-packs, whatever you're looking for. It's over at picksandparlays.net. And until then, we're rolling with the under 236.5 when the Hawks take on the Hornets.